Every Friday morning, we go in depth with the Target 12 investigators. Steph Machado is here now with the latest on what's happening in the city of Providence. And this week, Steph, the mayor of Providence was actually over at Smith Hill.
That's right. Mayor Brett Smiley made the short trip from City Hall to the State House to advocate for legislation that would let Providence and other cities and towns get more tax revenue out of properties that are currently paying nothing. So this bill would require large private tax-exempt nonprofits like hospitals and universities to pay taxes on property that they are leasing out to commercial tenants. So for example, a for-profit doctor's office that's leasing from a hospital or a coffee shop that's in a university building. Mayor Smiley argues those properties should not get to enjoy the tax-free nonprofit status.
Right now, 44% of the land in Providence is tax exempt, which means that just over half of the taxpayers are paying 100% of the bills for us to do things like adequately police our streets, provide adequate fire coverage, properly remove snow, fill potholes, and everything else we want to do to make Providence a livable city.
And this would apply to the entire state, Kate, if it passes. But of course, Providence is most affected by being host to so many private colleges and hospitals.
So how are the hospitals and colleges reacting to this proposal?
Well, the colleges and universities, such as Brown University, say they are already on their own calculating how much of their property is occupied by commercial tenants and voluntarily sending that tax money to the city of Providence. So this would basically codify what they already do. But the hospitals, on the other hand, submitted testimony saying they're already struggling financially, and this would hurt them even more. Mayor Smiley's response to that is that they can pass the cost of their new tax bill on to those commercial for-profit tenants that are occupying the space.
All right, so we'll keep an eye on that proposal as it makes its way through the State House. Now switching gears to another issue Target 12 has been tracking, concerns about the viability of multiple development projects, including the Superman building and the proposed Pawtucket Soccer Stadium.
That's right. My colleague Eli Sherman has been reporting on that Pawtucket Soccer Stadium amid rising interest rates and other economic pressures, so you can read his work on our website. But the Superman building project as well, it was announced almost exactly a year ago that vacant skyscraper in downtown Providence would be turned into much needed housing, but very little construction has begun, and the owners now say the costs have increased because of those rising interest rates. So they're trying to determine if they can absorb the extra costs privately or if they might have to ask for even more taxpayer money. And this comes right after the Fane Tower residential proposal collapsed. The developer of that project also citing financial issues. That project was also pretty unpopular. But here's what Governor Dan McKee had to say about those two Providence projects this week.
We provided the resources to the Superman building over a year ago when interest rates were low. I don't look at interest rates as a reason that would stop that project. They've had plenty of time to move forward, and I intend to continue to work with them as long as they're willing to work with us. But at some point in time, just like on the Fane building, you can't lose something you never had. And that Fane project was never a project that was going to actually get off the ground.
Okay, we're going to have the new chairman of the 195 Commission, Mark Crisafulli, on Newsmakers this weekend to break down more about what happened with the Fane Tower, so tune in for that.
All right, thanks, Steph. A lot that you got to this week. Thanks for joining us.
Of course.